Hello everyone. As promised, here is the video for our MobyMax trainings that will help you get up and running to make sure that you can log into MobyMax and launch the benchmark assessments for our students this year that will be taking the place of our map testing. Three things that we're going to accomplish today. We're going to make sure that everyone can sign into their MobyMax account. We will build your roster of students to make sure that everyone in your class or on your caseload shows up in your account, and we'll take you through the benchmark assessments for this year. So let's talk about signing in first. The website is MobyMax.com. That'll get you to a page that looks like this, and you will log in with the account that's been generated for you. If you don't know your account or if you need one created, please contact John Crossman. He'll get you all set up. A common mistake that a lot of people make is they don't select the right user account, so make sure that you sign in as a teacher, otherwise you won't be able to get in. I am going to log in as my district administrator account. And when you first log in to MobyMax, you will probably see a screen that looks like this. This is Moby Central. It is where MobyMax sends all of their announcements and updates and all that good stuff. But where we are going to do the bulk of our work is in Moby Learning. So if you click this 9-dot waffle up here, it'll give you this drop down and you can select Moby Learning, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. And this is where we're going to jump into our second objective of building our roster of students to make sure that everyone shows up in our class or on our caseload. To do that, you're going to go down to about the bottom of the page and click on this backpack icon that says roster. And you will see a screen that looks like this. All of our students already have an account made for them at Pembroke, and they were all created under John Crossman's account. So right now, all of your students are waiting for you to claim them in John's classroom, if you will. So we are going to share students between John and yourself. And the way that we do that is we click down to, excuse me, the fifth bullet point where it says share students. So you can click that fifth bullet point, it will bring up this little pop-up, and we are going to share students to your roster. So if you click the second tab there, we can now start searching for students. And every student at Pembroke is listed here, but we can make that easier by filtering. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort students by their last name. So if you click last name, that'll sort them that way. And then you can sort students by any particular grade level. So if you're working in a fourth grade, you will obviously click that grade level, and that'll filter your students down. And then I am going to select a few sample students that we have built. So when I find a student in my classroom, I can click on the box to the left side of their name and check their names off. So I will share students sample 1, sample 2, and sample 3. And when you've found all of your students, have your roster right next to you, when you have all of your students checked, you can click this share students button right here. And that will share the students between your roster and John Crossman's. You'll get this little pop-up that gives you the confirmation. You can click OK, and then you can X out of this page, and there are the 3 students that I just claimed. To make sure that you have all of your students, you'll see up here that it still says total students 0, but if you refresh the page, you'll see that I now have 3 students. So use this number as your confirmation that you have accurately shared all of the students in your roster. If you're a student or 2 below, you got to go back and share students and hunt down the kiddos that you might have missed until the number here matches the number that's on your roster. So that is how we share students and build our roster. You can do that among many different teachers. So if we have a regular education teacher, a special education teacher, and an interventionist that is all working with one particular student, you can share that one student across many different MobyMax accounts. It's not going to take them out of anyone else's roster. So feel free to grab those students that you work with in whatever fashion. All right, so we're now going to talk about the third thing that we want to accomplish today, which are the benchmark assessments. Handy tip, if you want to get back to that Moby Learning homepage, click on the icon that's up in the top left, and it will bring you right back to this Moby Learning page. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the math benchmark. that is going to replace our MAP testing. And the math benchmark is very similar to what MAP testing used to be, in the sense that it's an adaptive test, and the test will change as students get questions right or wrong. When students reach their capability level, that test will end automatically, and it will give you that report, which we can talk about at another time. The good thing about the math placement test is that nothing needs to be done on the teacher's side to get that ready to go for the first time that students log in and are ready to take that placement test. So the first time that a student logs in and clicks on this math tile right here in the top left, it is going to automatically launch that placement test for them. If you click into the math, this will give your snapshot of where your students are. And if you click over here on placement, you will see that over here, all of your students will say placement not started yet, or it will say in progress. I've worked with these sample students and a few other trainings, so that's why you see a result there for them. But you don't need to do anything. You don't need to assign a new test. There's nothing that the teacher needs to do. When the student clicks on that tile for the first time, it's automatically going to run that placement test and start changing as the kids get questions correct or incorrect. The benchmark for reading for grades K to 2 is going to be this foundational reading tile over here. So K to 2 is going to take a different ELA benchmark than 3 to 6. But kindergarten teachers, you don't have to worry. You are going to start that placement test or that benchmarker in the winter. So nothing to do at the beginning of the year, because we want to build some students' foundational reading skills prior to giving them that benchmark. But for K to 2 teachers that are going to be giving that foundational reading test, the process is exactly the same as math. All students need to do is click this purple tile here with the book and the light bulb on the cover, and it will automatically launch them into that foundational reading assessment. A good thing to know about that foundational reading assessment is students will need headphones because it plays some letter sounds and there are some read aloud portions, so as to not distract their peers around them. Make sure that students have some headphones plugged into their iPads, so that when they do that foundational reading test, they can hear everything that they need to hear and not distract others. So exact same process as math. Kids click on it, you're off and running, no problem, easy peasy. For grades 3 through 6, we are going to give a different type of test for our ELA benchmark. It will not be an adaptive test. It's not going to change as students get questions correct or incorrect. It's going to assess specific grade level standards that we are going to choose for our classes. So for the beginning of the year, benchmark assessment, we are going to assign the previous year's standards. The thought behind that is, if we're in 4th grade, we want to make sure that we test all of the 3rd grade standards to make sure that they have mastered all of those. And those standards are end of year 3rd grade standards, so they equate pretty well to what students should have coming into your classroom. So to do that, there's a little bit of a different process to launch that ELA benchmark. What we're going to do is we're going to come up here, click that 9-dot waffle, and move over to Moby Assessments. From there, you are going to find the Benchmarker tab, and you are going to select the Reading Skills Literature Benchmarker. So once you click that, you will see your roster of students here. And in order to assign that benchmarker assessment, up here in the top right, you're going to click Create New Test. It's going to take you through the steps. There are 3 steps. The first is select your students. So you are going to select all of your students just by checking the box next to student. It'll check everything. Click the next button. You're going to select the grade level for the test. Now remember, you're selecting the grade level prior to your grade level. So if I'm a 5th grade teacher, I'm going to select the 4th grade benchmarker. It gives you the option to select a date for the test. This is beneficial because the test won't show up, or the benchmarker won't show up in your student's account until the date of this test. So if you know which date you're going to give it, you can select that, and you can be sure that even if a student is working in MobyMax for another subject, they're not going to be able to access that ELA benchmarker. So you can select the date that you choose and click Finish. And that's it. So the next time that the students log in, or on that date that you selected, they will see a notification on the top of their MobyMax page letting them know that they have an assessment or a benchmarker waiting for them. And when you give the instruction, or when you set aside that class time to give that benchmarker, it'll be there waiting for the student. So that's about it for the three things: signing in, building your roster, and making sure that you understand where to find and what to do with those benchmarker assessments. Any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And if these videos are helpful, I might do a few more with other aspects of MobyMax throughout the year.